We should be good. Hey guys, we're back with another video stream thingy. Stream. Yeah, it's a stream with Chomp. Today we're doing Overwatch League. This is the streaming to gain a subscriber again. So Chompy's our
In case you guys didn't know, it's my idea.
Yeah, Chompy's the expert here. He's gonna be walking us
So are we gonna
through.
just predict week 20 games?
Whatever you want.
Wait, the stream started, right? All right.
Yeah. I'll put this.
So
Put it right there.
okay, one sec. So the first, and you're on the slides, right?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't show that you're streaming for me, but it's okay.
It
It's
takes
probably
a while.
just me. I just have to keep restarting and restarting. Okay. But the first match, in case you guys didn't know, in the APAC region, we are going to have the number 6 Seoul Dynasty versus the number 3 Guangzhou Charge. And when I say these numbers, it's the current standings for the Summer Showdown. In the APAC region, there are 7 teams, which you probably already know. NA, 13 teams. Every team gets a game this week. This weekend, it's going to be a lot of fun. But first, let's start off with the Seoul Dynasty versus the Guangzhou Charge. So, Les.
Yeah.
First, when we're talking about these two teams, we have to talk about the Seoul Dynasty's downfall last week.
Mm-hmm.
You watched the game, right?
I only watched Fusion games.
Absolutely atrocious. The Seoul Dynasty. A pathetic showing. They basically threw their match away. I do not understand why they're going to be playing these Ryan and Zarya, or these Winston Zarya dive comps. Why? Once you break the bubble, the Winston dies. And especially, here's another thing. They're running Winston Zarya dive comps with Marvel as the Zarya. Okay. In case you guys don't know, well, let's talk about Marvel for a second. This man, this is his second year in the league. Last year, he was the starting main tank for the Seoul Dynasty. Main tank. Now, since Seoul Dynasty signed Gesture, the Season 1 winner, he was on the London Spitfire for 2 years. He goes to Seoul. He's going to be their main tank player. They slot Marvel over to the off tank to play Sigma, right? Okay, just to play Sigma. Wrong. They're making him play every single off tank. Come on, this is a main tank player. You cannot play Marvel as an off tank when he is a main tank player against all these elite teams, all these other elite off tank players. Like, we saw him go up against Hotba. He got literally destroyed. Every single team, they target Marvel and they get him off. Especially when he's on Sigma, he's fine. When the Seoul Dynasty are running double shield, they are okay. But anything else, it's kind of atrocious. It's kind of sad, Liz.
I understand.
Okay. Now, here's another thing we have to talk about with the Seoul Dynasty. Where is Michelle? Michelle, in case you guys did not know, he played for the Seoul Dynasty last year as their starting off-tank player. He is still on the Seoul Dynasty, right? He is a off-tank player, but they're simply just playing Marvel, the main tank player, over him. This is outrageous. Like, I can't think of... Liz, can you think of a single reason? Well, okay, I guess I can think of one. Marvel might be a better Sigma player. That might be why. But when your plan is to play Diva, and that is Michelle's best hero by far, why do you play Marvel? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense. It is like the Seoul Dynasty are throwing away their games. And that is why you have to pick the Guangzhou Charge to win this game. Another thing is Prophet on the Seoul Dynasty. Prophet, he's been playing May and Echo for this team. People call him the best player in the league. You cannot call him the best player in the league when you are. His May and Echo, Lays is probably a better May and Echo, and that's saying something.
I mean,
it is atrocious.
you actually
Like
saying
Prophet,
it's that bad?
yes, I think Prophet needs to step his game up on Echo and May because he's getting literally rolled. His blizzards are outrageous. So in the game against the New York Excelsior, 4 of his teammates dropped, and the kid throws in the blizzard.
That's just bad.
Yes, okay. So
Losing a fight.
Blizzard is probably the best ultimate in the composition that they were running. When put to its full potential, it's a free fight win. But this Prophet really needs some help. But I've been rambling on about the Seoul Dynasty for a long while now.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time to talk about the Guangzhou Charge. We have not seen this team play at the Summer Showdown. And okay, I forgot to say the hero pool. It's going to be the same as last week. You have Sombra, Echo, Diva, Brig, all banned. Now, it's
pretty big plays.
Yeah, I mean, Diva is going to be a big hit, but I mean, I think Krong, Krong and Rio have definitely been pulling their weight, you know. And with Neptuno and Waya and they're unavailable to play. I mean, Shu and Chara, they're pulling their weight. They definitely are. Shu is probably having a worse season than he had last year, but still, Nero is carrying this squad. He just simply is. In case you guys don't know, the Guangzhou Charge, after their run in the May Melee, if you can even call it a run, they are sitting in 6th place with a 9-6 record with a -1 map. I mean, the -1 map is the only thing to be scared about. But if you take away their 1 win, they would be 8-6. Because you know how they got that bonus win from the May Melee? From getting in the semifinals? So you go down to that slide down there, 44, you can clearly see that the Seoul Dynasty booted them. Now, okay, yes, you can say that, like, why are you picking Seoul Dynasty when the Seoul Dynasty just beat the Charge? But you have to watch the Seoul Dynasty New York game. It's a very quick game. It's only like 30 minutes, honestly. It's kind of sad, but Guangzhou, I think they're going to have a nice win. Maybe I'll say 3-1.
3-1. It's pretty confident.
3-1 for the Charge because I don't think the Charge are that good. And I think the Dynasty, they have the coaching staff to be able to improve enough to win a map.
And
what do you think, Les?
I agree with your decision. I think the Dynasty might be able to take 2, if I'm being honest.
Okay. I mean, they do have a star-studded roster, but... And we didn't even talk about the Slime and Toby in the main support. Well, we've talked a long enough time about Seoul versus Guangzhou. Let's go on to the second match at 6 a.m. We got the London Spitfire versus the Chengdu Hunters. Right now, London will be sitting at 7 going into the weekend. Chengdu at the 5 out of 7. Now, this match has happened, what is it? It happened once before, and London Spitfire 3-0'd the Chengdu Hunters. But, I mean, London played the Shanghai Dragons. Now, I know, it's the Shanghai Dragons. They're pretty good. But London kind of looked lost in that game. When usually, they put up a fight against Shanghai. They did not last week. But Chengdu, they're so up and down. Like Chengdu has won a pathetic amount of games this season.
Not good.
The Chengdu Hunters are currently sitting at 17th with 4 wins. 4 wins for this whole season. Oh yeah, and that's another thing about the Seoul Dynasty. They also only have 4 wins. They have 6, but dumb run through the May Melee. They got hot. But we're not talking about the Seoul Dynasty. I've already ranted about them. Which way do you want to go, Liz? Do you want to talk about Chengdu or do we want to talk about London?
I think London is the one to talk about here. Yeah, you're already there.
Okay, so London versus Shanghai. All 12 of these players saw playing time in that London versus Shanghai matchup. Which, I don't understand why. Like, they just swapped everyone out after they lost 2 maps. But, the backups look solid. Now, although looked really shaky, and I think going up against Leave in the Tracer battle, I think Leave is going to have him in check a lot. But that's another thing with Chengdu. But we'll talk about Chengdu when we... Sanguinar, his Baptiste is okay. And sometimes but will they put Sanguinar on? Did they put Sanguinar? I think they put him on the BAP, and they've had Hailey on the Zen. Now, Hailey, as if you remember last year, Hailey played on the Seoul Dynasty. He got shoved to the side because they wanted a young guy in creative. He went over to this cheap London roster. And, he got starting time. But I don't think he's that good, honestly. I think he's one of the worst flex supports in the league. So I think, but then you're looking at Chengdu, and they have Molly. Molly isn't that good either. So, I think when you put the rosters next to each other, I think London and Chengdu are kind of interchangeable. Both have a carry DPS player, London with Glister, Chengdu with Jinmu. Both tanks are kind of on and off. Both main tanks are kind of on and off, Amang and JMac. Bernard on the off-tank role is probably been better than Elsa this year. Sanguinar, he's been underrated, honestly. Sanguinar's had a great year. But although, I think is going to be why London loses this game. I'm going to say Chengdu 3-2, and it's going to be all those fault.
Mm-hmm. You sure?
I'm pretty sure, because he got just outplayed by Fleta. And I know it's Fleta, but, you have to put up a little bit of a fight. I think Leave will have him in mate a lot. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw Leaf Bacon Jack.
Leaf Bacon Jack?
Because in case you haven't been watching this this week, the meta for DPS has really been heavy. It's been Ash Tracer, right, which is 2-hit scan.
Mm-hmm.
And Jinmu, which is the carry for Chengdu, he can't really play either. We saw the Justice last week have their own approach. Instead of playing Ash Tracer, they played Hangzhou Tracer. And we all know how that worked out. Washington got 3-0'd. But I would not be surprised if we see Leave on the Tracer, Bacon Jack on the Ash. Bacon Jack versus Glister is something that you're going to have to look out for this game.
That might be a good matchup.
Yeah, but I think
Who's
I
gonna win?
have talked enough about both teams. I mean, the support line of Chengdu really needs to step up.
Mhm.
If Sanguinar can outplay Yavatal, I can see London having a chance. But other than that, I'm going to predict a 3-2 in the favor of Chengdu.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I don't think London's gonna be able to,
Handle them.
Mhm.
Okay, do you know what the next game is? I'll pull it up real quick. It is... Hangzhou SPARK versus
Spark.
New York Excelsior.
I think we should talk about Spark first because it's right here.
Okay. So the Hangzhou SPARK. So Liz, you see the DPS line for the Hangzhou SPARK.
Yeah.
You see a man by the name of Architect.
Yes.
Geez, this man. He played on the San Francisco Shock last year, and he just got traded.
Well, what about him
to
is so
the Spark.
special?
Now, I don't think that the Hangzhou Spark really have a chance here. I think they're going to get completely bodied 3-0. And here's why. It is going to be I think Hacksaw going over to New York. It's going to be Architect versus Hacksaw. Hacksaw is just better. And then you look at the support line. If we see Onimo again, I like Onimo over IDK with the Baptiste. Or maybe they have Bebe on the Baptiste. I don't really know because I haven't seen Hangzhou play this last week. They got a bye.
Do you think they're gonna play Coldest?
No. Coldest has played one map this year, and that was a throwaway map against Chengdu.
Oh.
And in case you guys didn't know, if it's underlined, that means they have not played a single map this whole year. So Mika has not played a single map all year. But I think God's B needs to step up against Nene. The DPS line is what's really going to have to clash. They need to be able to adapt and outplay the enemies. Gujue, I think, can match up well against Mono. But another thing I'm worried about with the Spark is the off-tank role. Sashin or Rhea. They're probably going to play Sashin, but if you watch the Melee game against the Seoul Dynasty, they just completely outed Sashin as a bad player. Sashin was the reason that the Spark got stomped. But I don't know what they're going to do because I didn't see them play last week. But I'm going to predict a 3-0 for New York. I really have nothing to say about New York. They're just perfect.
Who do you think's the number one team right now in the league?
Probably the Shock. No, Shanghai. I'll say Shanghai. Then the Shock. Then the Fusion. Then Florida. I'll say Shock. No, Shanghai. Shanghai. Shock. Florida. New York. Philly. Those are top 5.
Okay.
But I think 3-0 New York, which will send them skyrocketing to the top of the APAC region.
Mm-hmm.
Next game. Wait, you didn't even predict. Hangzhou versus New York.
The Spark, I don't think they have that much of a disadvantage in this game. Are they going to win? No. But I think they might do 3-1.
Okay. You have some faith in Architect and the boys?
Yeah.
Okay. San Francisco Shock versus the Paris Eternal. Wow. This is a thriller matchup. Now, here is something that you have to keep in mind. The San Francisco Shock are going to have to play 2 games this week, while the Paris Eternal only have to play 1. So while the Shock have to prepare for 2 teams, Paris only has to prepare for 1. You kind of picking up what I'm putting down?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the prep is going to be a lot easier for Paris. But I don't think that's going to be enough. Last week, Boston took Paris to the brink. Last round of map 5. But I do think that it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be 3-2. Now, if you look at Paris, right? Let's talk about Paris first. Sure, they got taken to the brink by the Boston Uprising, but they're not at full strength. You see how there's this IR next to XE?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The IR means injury reserve. XE hurt his neck, and he has been out for 4 months now. He might come back sometime, but for now, it's going to be soon. Now, soon isn't a bad tracer by any means. They definitely topped off, but what was interesting is that the Paris Eternal did not do Ash Tracer. They did Tracer Genji or Tracer Doom, which fit Sparkle. And Sparkle is the, SP9. Like, that's just how he spells it, which is, in my opinion, dumb, but
Mm-hmm.
it's Sparkle.
But no, it's not how you spell Sparkle.
The 9, I think, is an A, right? And the 1 is an L.
Yeah.
But, I mean, here's what I like about the Paris Eternal, that they play to their strengths. Instead of being meta slaves, they're going to play to their strengths and play Sparkle and Genji or Doom, which I like. And I think that's going to allow them to take the Shock to the brink. But I don't think it's going to be enough.
So you think
I
Shock's
mean,
going to take this one?
Yeah, 3-2.
3-2?
I think.
Do you have a game to watch, per se?
Oh, it's definitely this one this week. Paris, San Francisco has got to be the game. But if you can only watch one game, make it this one. The only other one that is going to be in contention is going to be Florida Valiant. Shock Paris is the game that you want. Oh, come on! It's the game that you want to watch there. So, I mean, I don't really have. I think Striker might come in this week. We haven't seen him in a while, but his Tracer is probably going to make an appearance against the likes of Soon. That's going to be a matchup that you're going to want to watch. Soon versus Striker. Yes, and then No Smite or Ben Best is going to be, another thing that you want to watch for Paris, which main tank is going to play. Like No Smite, he's going to play your Winston or Orisa. Ben Best is going to play your Ryan. But both got playtime last week against Boston. Don't know what we're going to see, but what I do know is that neither of them can match the likes of either Super or Smurf. They're just going to get hard outplayed. Have we gotten a subscriber yet?
No.
Oh, God. How many people are watching?
Are you watching?
It doesn't even say that you're streaming.
I'm streaming. I'm the only one.
Okay, that's solid. I mean, oh, now it is. So, hopefully we get a subscriber soon. Next game. Oh no, you have to predict. I'm sorry that I always let you go. I never let you go.
I think Paris might pull this one out of the hat.
I would love to see that, honestly.
3-2. Paris.
Okay.
Mark
That's
your
the one game that we
calendars.
have a disagreement on.
And who's
We'll
gonna
see
win?
how that works out. Next game on the schedule.
Chompifist.
One sec. Okay. I'm here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Wait, did you hear the background?
Yeah. There's some background noises.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. One sec. I'm just making up an account. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Not making an account. Liz, how to... Okay. Are you ready for this next one?
Sure.
We all know it. Atlanta Reign versus the Toronto Defiant.
The rain.
This matchup has happened 2 times this week. Not this week, this year. And both have been a 3-0 in the favor of Atlanta. And I'm saying it's going to happen again. 3-0 for Atlanta. I mean, the players are just too good. I mean, Atlanta's probably, they're struggling, but I think this Defiant team is a nice team to rebound against. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't really have much to say against, because, I mean, I think the Atlanta Reign, they've been struggling a little bit with inconsistency issues. I mean, but if you watch the Gladiators game against the Reign, I mean, the scoreline says 3-1, but that game was extremely close. I think the Atlanta Reign should have won that game, but unfortunate events happened there. But I think Edison and Baby Bay are going to be able to outplay either, I think it'll be Surfer and Logix. I think this whole week is really going to be between DPS matchups. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
There's a lot of
See what?
DPS this week.
Oh, we need to stream in the mornings. But it's okay. It's okay. We can grind through.
Grind through.
Okay, let's wait. What did you predict this game?
No, did you? So I thought.
Yeah, 3-0 Atlanta.
3-0 Atlanta. You think? You actually saying they're that bad?
Yes,
Atlanta's
Toronto is awful. They shouldn't. And if you watch the game versus the Vancouver Titans, they should not have won that game.
You sure?
100% certain.
Yeah. So I'm gonna agree with you then.
Even though it was a 3-0, they should have not won a single map. Gladiators versus Houston. We have Hydration. This is he'll be playing against his former team, which I think is going to be interesting. Let's talk about the Houston Outlaws for a second.
Oh.
You see Hydration and the DPS?
The Outlaws? Where's that?
They're
yeah.
slide 8.
Hydration, the DPS. I'm looking at it.
Now, what if I was the Houston coach, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just kind of did this. And then I just kind of did that.
Do you think that's a good plan?
That's their plan.
Are they gonna do that?
They've done that for the past couple weeks.
So, would you still consider Hydration a DPS player?
Yes. But he's playing main tank over Mumo. The Houston tank is kind of just like... Brrr. Okay, right there. But I'm going to keep him in the DPS line because, you know. But I think Lynx or Dante, I think they can give Birdring and maybe even Capster a run for their money. Birdring and Capster on Ashe. Capster on the Ashe and Birdring on the Tracer is going to be pretty nasty, though. In case you did not know, the Gladiators just signed a man by the name of Kevster this week.
This week?
This week. He played on a team called Team Doge.
Team Doge?
Yep. And now he is... Kevster, he is known for his projectile play, but he can also flex over to the hit scan role.
Whoa.
And I mean, Birdring Kevster versus Hydration Lynxer. I think this is another, not Hydration, Lynxer Dante is not. This is a game that you should look out for, but if you can only watch one, you should watch Paris Chalk. But I'm gonna say the Houston Outlaws are gonna pull this one out. No, actually, no, I'm not. I was gonna take a hot take, but I'll do a hot take later. Oh, there's not a lot of games to take a hot take left. Okay, no, there's one. Okay, I'll do the hot take next game. But yeah, I'm gonna say Gladiators 3-1 over the Outlaws, but in a very close game. Closer than the score in tens. What about you, Les?
Well, the Gladiators, I don't really know much about them.
Okay.
I maybe have watched one of their games. The Outlaws, I kind of like the team. They're okay. I mean, they're not... I'd say they're number 4 in my top favorite teams. So I'm going to have to go with them.
The Outlaws are number 4 in your top 3.
In my top 5. Speaking of threes, 93 is how many subscribers I have.
Oh my gosh, we did it. See, all I had to do was stall long enough for Liz to make an account. I knew it.
Do you want to know the account email, guys? If I get an email, I'll shout you out. Okay, the account email is
93. It's done.
Landmine Gamer 42. Landmine was taken. Landmine Gamer was taken. Landmine Gamer 42 is the final decision. Guys, if you like this stream, make sure to watch the Houston Outlaws play. Make sure to watch the game of the week too. Was it Paris versus
Shock?
And
one more thing. Please give us ideas.
Yeah, we don't have any. Okay, if you guys didn't know,
if we're supposed to stream every day for this,
the Mineland exercise video coming out this week, we do runs every day. What we did jumping jacks.
We as in me and you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did an exercise. You were there, Nate.
Yeah, but not that much.
We do runs every day. We took one of our times we did a run. We did the whole run. All we did was think of ideas, and we got like 3. Guys, if you have any ideas, email me. I'll shout you out. I'll be like, this person is amazing. If you have a YouTube channel, just link it. I'll subscribe, and I'll make sure everyone else subscribes. But
just give us 93 subscribers. 3 subscribers. For
give us ideas, please. Whatever you want to see. Whatever you'll subscribe to.
But if you watch this video, you know how much we need ideas.
I mean, we can't just play Overwatch every day like we normally do.
I mean, I think this is a nice twist, but there's a ton of people who don't watch the Overwatch League, so I mean,
Mhm.
and there's also a ton of people who don't want to listen to tired me,
Yeah,
and like just being like,
I think, because, like, this isn't something I know much about, and it's late at night for you, so I think tomorrow we might do it earlier.
early.
Like, how early? Like lunch? 12? 1?
Well, whenever you can, honestly, but we'll need ideas. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna brainstorm an idea. I'm just gonna wait. It has to be online. Okay. What if we just play like Scribble forever?
Playing Scribble till I gain a subscriber?
Yes,
With Chompaface.
and other people.
Thank you guys for watching, though. This has been the video. We could do playing Scribble with fans, and we have the code in the description.
Perfect.
Chompy has great ideas, guys. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. We're doing that live stream. Thank you for watching, and